Come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, okay, let's talk about this Real Housewives of Atlanta, and this is it's episode 10 of season 8. It was, I don't know, there was a lot of stuff going on in this episode. It wasn't the best episode, but it was cool. It has a lot of relevant points. Let's just start. I'm gonna start with Portia. First of all, the first time we saw her, she was fighting out as usual, playing little games with some personal trainer. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. It was more like Karma Sutra as opposed to a workout. Real funky. Her, she's climbing all up on him. He's cute though. He's a real cute little guy. I mean, I understood why she was climbing on him, but she's climbing all up on him, putting her funky pussy all around his motherfucking head and neck and carrying on. He was tatted up in that. Well, you know what? Let me take it on back. I guess I'd have dry humped him too. God damn it, Portia. Because that's basically what she was doing. She said she was working out. I guess it was a workout because she was dry humping the fuck out of him. She's sitting on his butt and laying on his legs and climbing up on him and putting her funky pussy all over him. So I'm just going to take that back and leave it alone. She was playing with him because she could. So I'm going to go, she a nasty hoe, so fuck it. Ain't no need to keep reiterating the same shit. That bitch leads with her pussy. She wants to fuck everything with a dick, it seems as though. And I guess she tried to make up for lost time. Fuck wrong with Cordell. So now she want to fuck everybody that'll fuck her back. Anyway, she meets up with Lauren. And they're going back and forth. And there's like all this tension about them working together and the way the businesses actually were set up. And like Lauren, I understand it seems as though Lauren's falling down on the job a little bit. And Lauren's kind of leaning on the fact that she's pregnant. Okay, Lauren, that's cool. But we only going to use that for so long. If you can't do it, then you need to bring someone else in that can. And being as though she's her sister, and it seems as though she set the businesses up, bring yourself an assistant in, Lauren. That's all. You ain't got to be fired. You ain't got to bring an assistant in. Bring an assistant in. And you can take it out your pay. Real easy. But all this business about her flying coach, and that is kind of weird that you make your sister fly coach. But Portia thinks she's hot diggity dog, so I don't know why Lauren's acting like y'all just met her. You've known her all your life. So it is what it is. Just stupid. And it just seemed like I got real pissed off at one point because it just seemed like a made-up argument, like they were almost damn near laughing. Whatever. Then later on, she goes over Lauren's apartment, and then they patch it back up. And then Portia sat there and was eating like candy. She ate up everything on that motherfucking tray. I said, you worked out, bitch. The way you eating all that caramel and all that shit. Stupid. Just stupid. They patched it up, and they're fine, and it's still out there. Well, now she's admitted that she's pretty much jealous of the fact that Lauren is pregnant, and that's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Fuck them. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so Peter took Cynthia to, I believe it was Jamaica, and she was actually packing. He just, that was cute. He told her, just pack up some shit, some sexy shit, and meet me at the airport. He said a car for it. That was cute. But she was talking to Noelle. I said, are you really trying to give Noelle dating advice? Noelle told her, bitch, fuck all this shit you doing. It's a one and done. Motherfucker hurt my feelings. I got the role. I'm with you, Noelle. I wouldn't give a fuck if I did stand in front of the judge or the jury or the motherfucking folks at the church. You hurt my motherfucking feelings. I'm out. I'm out. So that's why I'm not made for marriage. I just ain't put together that way. Motherfucker hurt my feelings, I'm gonna hurt his throat. And that's just the way it is. I've been through all that emotional turmoil. I did that early in my life. Child, as an old bitch, You hurt my motherfucking feelings. I'm gonna show you the bumper of my car up close. That's why I'm single. If you fuck with me, it's gonna be a problem. Anyway, so that was that. And they showed some. They went back and showed some stuff with them, kicking it, and they were having a great time. So, good for them. That's cool. Moving on. We see Candy and her mammy. I don't know why she keeps allowing her mother to be on the show because nobody's being nice anymore. Mama Joy step out of line. We're going to tear her ass up. They're shopping for the baby, and as you all know, this was recorded months ago. The baby actually was born this past week, so it's a little boy, and he's doing real well as far as as I've heard. So congratulations to them. But like I said in my weekly segment, I'll still be tearing Todd Candy's ass up. But congratulations on the baby because the pregnancy was trouble and all that stuff. So it's a good thing. Everything's went well. So good for them too. Now moving on to the tear up. Candy told her mother, by no uncertain terms do I want you to get your motherfucking nose in me and Phaedra's business because that you ain't right. And that's Candy said. She said, my mother can go from 0 to 100 real quick. Joyce need to mind her business. Well, Joyce, in regular Joyce fashion, and she sounded, she told her, she said, y'all need to fix that, because Joyce knows that Candy and Phaedra really were good. They were good together as friends. We all saw that. This is all just so crazy. But anyway, in the meantime, in between time, Joyce done took her motherfucking monkey ass on over to Phaedra's office and gonna have a sit down with Phaedra. And she low-key threatened Phaedra again because she did it before. Told her about Candy said there's some trouble pregnancy and I don't want nobody bothering Candy. And all that kind of shit. She basically threatened her, and I know y'all saw it. She basically fucking threatened her. And Phaedra was like, yeah, ain't nobody, we know. We want her to be comfortable, don't want her to be stressed. And it wasn't like it appeared to be. Things got blown out of proportion and things like that. Whatever. But Joyce did handle business with her motherfucking ass there. Now, that's just my opinion. Mind your motherfucking business. When I have something going on, Miss Patty stays out of it. She does. My mother stays out of it because there's a lot of people that I actually deal with that my mother, see, y'all think I'm mean and off the hook. My mother's ass is off the rip. She don't have no motherfucking chill. And I'm telling you, there's people that I say, like, I don't deal with anymore, but I'm like, hello and goodbye. So my mother's like, I don't even answer that bitch. So my mother kind of stays in the background and stays quiet about my shit because I'm grown. I'm grown. And even when it comes to dealing with other grown folk, her cousins and shit like that, she kind of stays quiet until they go too far out, and then she will let their asses know he's not no motherfucking orphan. And if you continue, bitch, you gonna catch me lock, stock, and barrel. But generally, my mother kind of just stays in the background and chills because she ain't got no chill, but she just stay out of it. Joyce needs to stay out of that. Candy's a grown woman. But anyway, she goes, they do all that, and then she gets around to it saying, y'all were good together, and this, that, thing, and the other. But she's telling her she wants her to help her with planning the baby shower. So I think that might, I don't know. I don't know that it's going to help the friendship because it should. In the real world, things like that will help the friendship. In this world, where you do confessionals and you still talking shit, then that don't help. Now, Phaedra, you big head motherfucker, you playing games. I already told you, bitch, you wrong with this shit with Todd. Now, you done took your oath. Wait, before I even go into that, let me rewind. When Mama Joyce, while she was there, when she arrived, when she was leaving, it was so tense and uncomfortable, even just watching, because Phaedra's obviously not seeing Mama Joyce in a while. There was no hug. There was no, it was so impersonal. Did you see that? Like, Phaedra never came from around the desk. She don't really like that bitch. But anyway, I just had to point that out. Okay. Moving back. Okay, so Phaedra, my fucker, bitch, you're out of order. You're out of order. Now you done sat your punk ass down. You done watched the video. Now you nitpicking the video about things you don't like about the video and talking about you'll probably never release the video. Don't nobody give a fuck, Phaedra. Why nobody gonna buy it that way? Why nobody gonna buy it that way? So it is what it is. It was cute for you. You didn't have nothing else to do. Well, nobody gonna buy it no way. Buy it with other people's money and motherfucking way. But anyway, anyhow, so she says she's gonna pay the invoice and they gonna be good. Her and Todd gonna be good. But in that confessional, y'all ain't gonna be good because like this Sunday, I bet you Todd and Candy was pissed when we was pissed at sitting there watching you being shady and talking shit. Because that's what you were doing. Being shady and talking shit. Talking about this is his only job and I got jobs. And I guess she like Kelly Price. She's booked. Girl, bye. Now, I ain't liking that side of Phaedra at all. It's shady. I wouldn't do no motherfucking business with you for love or money, bitch. You are a shady motherfucking fig tree. Anyway, that was all a mess. All a mess. They're not going to. I don't think this shit's gonna patch itself up. I think by the time we get to reunion time, they're gonna be back at it again. Anyway, let's see. So the only other thing that was really going on was all the shit with Kenya and her family. So she went home to Detroit. Brandon met her at the airport, her and her dad, and then her stepmom came, so we seen her stepmom and her little nephew. And so they've actually patched and repaired. She had everybody in her family there from her dad. It was like 4 generations from her dad's side ended up being at the family reunion, and nobody from Kenya's side of the family, or her mother's side of the family, even Aunt Lori didn't come. Like she came and then she left. But by the time they did prayer and stuff, she left, and they were having a great time. And they had a part where Kenya actually went to her mother's house, and this bitch didn't open the door. She literally said, she's in there. I heard her in there. And when I said, it's Kenya, she locked the door. Now, I'm hearing, and people do this. They do this a lot. Kenya needs to let it go. Kenya needs to just forget. Fuck it. Forget it. You can't tell people. It's not fair for you to tell people how to process their shit. You can't. You know, I have it with my kids. My kids, they're adopted. I can't tell them. Fuck it. Your mother didn't want you. Your dad didn't want you. Fuck it. Let it go. I'm not going to say that to them. I'm not going to say I think it. But I'm not going to say that to them because they're not me. Okay? My biological father, I didn't have no relationship with this cocksucker. I'm the type of person, I'm very fuck you oriented. My fuck you is always on and popping. By the time I was middle school, I reached out with this motherfucker. This motherfucker didn't want to do right. Fuck you, motherfucker. Thanks for the sperm, bitch. Get it popping. Get the fuck out of here. I gives less than a damn. But that's me. That's my personality. My children, totally different. Totally different. They don't have that. That fuck you gene is not up in them. They really would like to have a relationship with their mother. And my cousin, well, let me straighten that for those of you who don't know. My children belong to my first cousin. They are her kids, and I adopted them. Ain't no funny shit going on. We don't do none of that backwoods shit. I adopted them. But those kids actually do long for relationship with their mother. But my cousin just ain't shit. You know, she ain't shit. We're literally in the same neighborhood, and the door was always open. Bitch ain't seen her kids in years. Ain't trying. Then when the baby reach out to her, bitch don't want to respond. Shit like that. But then you sit with other people and tell people that I keep you away from. She plays all kind of games. Now, I'm not going to sit and tell her kids that. I'm not going to never badmouth her to her kids. I'm just not going to do that. They'll find their own way with the shit, and they'll deal. But it's not fair for anyone to tell them when they need to be done with their mother or if they need to be done with their mother. I don't think they'll ever be done with their mother. Bitch ain't shit. But that's their mother. Can't nobody tell me when to be done with Miss Patty. When I don't like some shit Miss Patty do, I'm going to deal with it in my own time. And that's with everything in your life. You don't let no motherfucker tell you when your emotional is supposed to kick in and not kick in. You do things in your own time. And any of you motherfuckers out there that like to tell a motherfucker when they need to let shit go, shut your motherfucking ass up. Because those are the same people that can't let shit go. But they love to tell another motherfucker when to let shit go. And I'm not going to get all onto this, but even when I wrote my book, it was said, you need to stop living in the past. Do I? Do I? First of all, who said I was living in the past? Because if I was living in the past, I would kill one of you motherfuckers. Flat out. If I was living in the past, I'd take a gun and blow a bunch of you motherfuckers away. So we know I'm not living in the past. I've forgiven you and I've moved on. Now, it's my motherfucking story to tell whenever I want to tell it. However many times I want to tell it. And who the fuck are you to tell me when I need to let it go? So this is the same thing with Kenya. Nobody has the right to tell you when to let it go. Kenya Moore will let that shit go when Kenya Moore is comfortable letting it go. And I don't give a fuck if the bitch is 50, 60, 70. She ain't wrong. And y'all know I ain't no Kenya fan. But when it comes to shit like that, she ain't wrong. She can long for her mother as long as she chooses to. Now, would I do it? No. I would let her mother know that she could be kissing my motherfucking ass on the Pink Park last month. I wouldn't be sitting around longing for a bitch that ain't longing for me, not answering the door and shit like that. I think it's horrible. I thought it was horrible. And then to find out when her dad was saying, he was all emotional, saying how the grandfather was trying to do the flowers in the attic. I said, no, you black motherfuckers wasn't doing this. No, you black ass motherfuckers were not playing that flowers in the attic. Talking about her being an illegitimate baby and he didn't want no more of them up in his house and this, that, and the other. Kenya was given to her dad's mom because she's going to abort. And she begged her to keep her. She gave her away in a couple days. See all that, having all that information, I wouldn't even want to be bothered with my mother. But Kenya's not me. And it ain't fair for me to tell Kenya when to and when not to want to be bothered with her mother. Ridiculous. 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 I just don't think that people get to do that. And especially people who were perpetrators and you having a bad time in your life don't have the right to tell you. When does the rapist get a chance to tell you don't be sleeping around with strangers? Now y'all go ahead and process that shit. And I'm going to leave this alone right there. When does the rapist get the chance to tell you don't sleep around with strangers? The fuck out of here. Anyway, so that's basically what went on. Kenya said that she did say she's kind of done, but I don't believe that she's done. But, I think she just didn't want to have further breakdown. She wanted to enjoy herself with her family, which is what she should have did. And her dad did basically say, Kenya, you know what? No, not her dad. It was her aunt. I think it's her aunt or her cousin that went outside with her and basically told her, you got a lot of family here. Love on who's loving on you, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? But don't pass up the love that's actually there for you. And she's right with that part. So I think Kenya wanted to go ahead on and enjoy herself, and it seems like she did after she, went on that and left all that drama alone. And they went on, they had a good old family reunion. It looked nice. It really did. It looked nice, for the most part. And that's basically it. Didn't much else happen on this episode. But it wasn't bad, but we got to see a lot about Kenya. And yes, I done ended up child marking on the calendar. James done stood up for Kenya. That's a first. But yeah, they need to leave Kenya alone about that shit. Leave her the fuck alone. God damn it. Twirl on, Kenya. Twirl on, bitch. Anyway, alright, so that's that. I'm done with this for right now. You guys know what to do. Thumbs up, thumbs down. We'll handle it. It is what it is. Drop it in the comments. Tell me what you think. And I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.